Hey everyone, this is going to be a video on the FNS-9 long slide version, so the FNS-9L. The S indicates that it's a striker fired version. I don't believe they make any long slide versions in the FNX, which is the hammer fired versions. So I'm just going to go give you an overview of the gun and show you the holster that I'm using for it for 3 gun and IDPA. And just kind of cover it and tell you a little bit about my thoughts after shooting it. I've shot this one time. I put over 300 rounds through it the first time. So let's get on to the pistol. So this has been safety checked. Empty magazine. Nothing in the chamber. So this is a 9mm with a 5-inch barrel. Front serrations, rear serrations, slide release, ambidextrous controls. So the slide release and the mag release are on both sides. Typical hinge trigger like most striker fired guns without an external safety have. This trigger, when pulled really slow, feels terrible. But when you're shooting it, it's super clean and crisp. I don't really know how else I can explain that. And I know that I've said I hate the word crisp, but this is kind of it feels like you're breaking a pretzel rod almost. So again, if you're just screwing around and you're just trying to feel the grittiness of it, it's there. There's a lot of grittiness. And this design uses a trigger bow. You guys if you've ever detail stripped a 1911 or a Tokarev or anything, you know, like a trigger bow, it's 2 arms that surrounds the magazine well. This has that system, but it actually trips the sear that way, which is holding the striker back. So regular firing, you don't notice it at all unless you're just doing target precision shooting and you're really trying to find the break. But like when the clock's ticking and you're doing competition type shooting, it's very nice. Standard 3-dot sights on there, and you can see I put, like I always do, some fluorescent orange nail polish that my stepdaughter has in the front sight hole, and it makes a big difference for quick acquisition. They do have fiber optics for these, however you say his name, Savinghi or Savingi or Savinghi. He's a competition shooter for FNH. He made sight sets for these. Dawson, I believe, has a front fiber optic for it as well. But ambidextrous mag release. And some people have complained that they bump this and lose the mag coming out. I did not have that experience, and I have not had that experience yet, so hopefully I won't. I have, like I said, I shot 300 rounds through this, or a little above 300 rounds. I wasn't counting because I was just shooting out of an ammo can. I didn't count the rounds, but I know I did some drills, did a bunch of different things. I did not have one failure in the first 300 rounds. The first mag and the third mag that I loaded to full capacity did not hold the slide open, but I think that was me, because they never had that problem again. The slide release is really nice, and it's in a great location for when you do a mag change. Just it's super quick to just hit that. Usually I do a slingshot type method, or the power stroke as some people call it, but on this gun it's in a really convenient location, and I find it easier to hit that than I do on other pistols that I shoot. So this is the large back strap, and it comes installed on it this way. There's a tiny hole right here that you stick a 1/16 inch punch into, and it compresses like a leaf spring that's on the frame, and then you just slide it down. I put the flat one on there and I hated it, which is kind of odd because this is a 1911 style grip angle, and on my 1911 I run a flat back strap. I don't have an arch mainspring housing, and I like that, but on this it felt terrible. This is probably the best shape polymer striker fired handgun that I have. So it's very comfortable, but the texturing is super aggressive. The front and back, the sides not so much. The sides feel good. The front and back feel like little needles, and it's not bad. It's really grippy, but you definitely feel it after continuous shooting. 17 round mags are standard, and they do have witness holes on all of them up to 17. Had no problems with those. It comes with 3. It's outstanding, same as the Glock 4th gens. So 3 mags is great because competition shooting or IDPA, I have 2 on my side and 1 in the gun, so that's great. I didn't have to spend any extra money on that. Full Picatinny rail up front. I don't run anything on that, so I could care less, but I know a lot of people do. So, and it is true Picatinny style. And then it has that little scan thing here, like on the side of the SIG MK25s. So it must have the thing where you can scan it and it tells you whatever. I think that's military type firearms a lot of times have that. I think the M11A1 or whatever the SIG is, the 228, has that, and probably other FNHs like SCAR 17s probably have them too, but I'm not sure. I am going to do a 2,000 round challenge on this pistol. I am going to do from pistolforum.com for those of you that go on there and see it. You basically do an initial cleaning, fire 2,000 rounds, record any failures or misbehavings by the gun, and you don't do any cleanings in the meantime. So I think this will make it. My initial cleaning, I just did hoppies down the bore, and then I ran red and tacky on the slide rails, and I think it was 0W30 Mobile 1 or German Castrol, one true synthetic engine oil around the barrel and all the other spots that just need oil. But I always grease slide rails, so we'll see how it does for that. I'm going to try and keep this under time here because the camera only allows me so much, so I'm going to move on to the holster. This is Safari Land. These are the 578 GLS models. They're called the Pro Fit. This is for the long slide version. I believe it says 5-inch up to like a 6.3 inch can actually fit in there, I think. So I'm going to insert the gun and show you how that works. So it locks in here, and then when you go for your regular grip, then it unlocks and allows you to draw. I hope that was on camera. I can't see my viewfinder. So this is a 5-inch gun, like I said, similar to Glock 34 in dimensions, and you can see that there's almost a full inch still remaining at the front of this holster if this was longer. It comes with the paddle mounted on it. This is obviously the flat dark earth version, and it does come in a black version. And I think they may have done some changes to this, because you've seen in the older style version of this when it first came out, there was like button head screws exposed here, and this is a much cleaner design. There's your retention adjustment right there. It comes with a Allen T-handle, so you can adjust it, and what that does, I'm hoping this will show. Let me see. There's a little part right here that when that screw runs up, it pushes that part up tight to the bottom of the trigger guard. And how the lock works is, in the front down in here, when it goes in and hits this lever, a thing flips out and grabs the back side of the, it flips out and grabs right here where my finger is moving, and then when you hit that lever, that thing retracts and then you can just pull it right out. So works good. This comes standard with the whole paddle, and it comes with a 1.5-inch cantable belt loop adapter if you do choose to run that, and then it comes with a spacer thing that you can put down in here for guns with skinny trigger guards, like steel guns, Browning high powers, 1911s, etc. This is set up for fat polymer trigger guards, so if you have a skinny one, it comes with a spacer thing you can throw in there, and it makes it work on that too. And then it comes with that T-handle wrench, and I think there's another thing in there, and I think it's a spare one of these, which when you slide that on, that goes down, hooks underneath your belt or on your seam on your jeans, and if that were to ever break or get worn down or whatever, it comes with a spare one of those. So pretty smoking deal. These are anywhere from $40 to $55 online. I got mine through Amazon from a company, I don't even know what they were called.